So Gerard, we're at SoccerX in Miami.
Yes.
We've been talking about player development, and obviously you've explained how some of the moves that have been put in place in France 25 years ago and now more recently are paying off with great success, 2 World Cup wins. Is there a generation now in France that's going to go on and dominate for a period, do you think?
Dominate, I don't know, because it depends on many factors, obviously. But what we can say, we have a pretty young generation of very good players, and the one that probably comes to my mind immediately is Kylian Mbappé.
Yeah.
Because he went through the academy at Clairefontaine before joining Monaco, where he finished his development before getting into professional. So we know it's true that we used to think a long time ago that starting at 15 was enough. If you train a bit more at 15 and we prepare the professional player, we know now that, I mean, we've known that for nearly 20 years, as you said, that if you start between the age of 12 and 15 without uprooting the player, without taking him off his family, living in his environment, playing with his teammates, his usual teammates in his club. But if we do one training a day for the best, then we'll get better players in the development years of 15 to 20, and a better football player afterwards. So we know that there's 3 stages: grassroots, pre-academy, I would say, between 12 and 15, and academy years.
And you talk about Mbappé, he's 19, or he was 19 at the World Cup, and yet he seemed to be playing without fear. He was one of the best players in the tournament. Mm-hmm. Can he just go on to be right amongst the very best?
Mbappé is not a good example because he's a phenomenal player, and he's outstanding in terms of, he's an extraordinary player, a player which is not ordinary. But we also have other players, I mean, like Varane, for instance, who is not old, I mean, he's not even 25, I think, so he went through all these various schemes that I've just described. And you have probably other players, once they have the right coaching at the right time, they become better players. We know that.
And France's World Cup win, did it surprise you at all, or do you think they would be?
No, once the group was, traveling to Russia, we knew that they had a good chance to reach the semi-final. After that, then you need sometimes a bit of luck or sometimes a bit of talent. But the good thing about Didier Deschamps' men is that they were all fit. They finished the World Cup. They didn't have any injury, no illness, nothing. So they lived 2 months together to win the World Cup.
And already they're the favourites for the next Euros. Is that justified?
Yes, I'm sure they will. Try to first to qualify. They have to qualify, and then probably they have a good Euro. The World Cup is more difficult because I noticed that once you win a World Cup, maybe something special there. I mean, France won the World Cup in '98 and didn't perform in 2002. Brazil won the World Cup in 2002, didn't perform that well in 2006. 2006 we had Italy. Italy didn't do well at all in 2010 in South Africa. 2010 you had Spain. Spain didn't perform in 2014 in Brazil. Germany, lately Germany with 2014, they were outstanding, really fantastic winner, and didn't go through the phase group as Italy in 2010. In 2018, Germany were out of the first phase. I don't know, I mean, whether there's jinx or something, but I think it's very difficult to repeat in terms of motivation, to repeat.
And are you following the England team's fortunes? You know, they had a fantastic World Cup.
I think Gareth Southgate did a fantastic job. First, it was a World Cup of the team spirit, of the collective. I mean, the teams with Messi and Ronaldo and Neymar didn't go that well, although they are still, phenomenal players as well. But you could see that the Belgium and, of course, Russia, I would say, because they didn't have a lot of means. I mean, but Belgium, Croatia, England, and France had probably more a team strength than outstanding talent. Maybe a bit more with France with Mbappe and Griezmann, but and maybe also probably Belgium with Hazard and De Bruyne. But I would say the team spirit. It was a World Cup for teams. The star of the World Cup was the team, really.
And are you following?
And I think I need to add that with the quality of the players, Southgate did maximum. I mean, really, they were entertaining. They played well. They scored some goals and some good goals. And I thought that they were really a side that you really enjoy supporting.
And just one of your old clubs, Liverpool, obviously they went so close to winning the Champions League last year. They're having a good run at the Premier League title. They're very close with Manchester City. Can you see them going on to success with Jurgen Klopp? Do you think they can win silverware?
I wish all the success to Jurgen, because he deserves it. Because the team really has progressed. The team has made a huge step, since he arrived, and I'm really pleased with what they're doing. And they were a bit unlucky in the final. Don't forget, it was 1-1 when they lost Salah, and Salah is the main striker for them. So it's a shame that, because I don't think they had the luck that they deserve on that day, but that happens. But otherwise, in the league they're undefeated. Who knows what can happen?
Fantastic. Gerard?